Hey, Tarot fam. Glad to have you back here. We are going to start grading my 2025 predictions and doing brand new fresh predictions for celebrities, royals, and public figures. We're starting off with J-Lo. You are not going to believe the accuracy that I got for 2025. I'm blown away. You're going to be blown away. Let's get going. Welcome, Tarot Maniacs, Pop Culture Maniacs, and all the new people. I see you out there. I've seen quite a subscriber bloom over the last week or so, so I'm really stoked to have all of you here. Fantastic to get to know you. I really appreciate the attention to my channel, so thank you very much. So today we are going to really kick off my grading of my 2025 predictions with J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. I'm not the biggest fan of J-Lo. She's kind of undeniable. She's out there. But it was a request, and so I wanted to follow up on that. And we're going to continue with my format. I'm going to do a little teaser short, let you guys know what's happening in the morning. Then we're going to do a premiere, which I'll be in the chat with you guys. You can look at what I'm talking about, make comments, chat with me in there. And then we're going to go right into a live. In today's live, we are going to do live predictions for her 2026. We're going to see how her 2026 is going to go. And then after the live, I will be live on Hypsy for instant readings if you want to get your own magical reading with me. So one of the things I do want to point out is my year ahead reading that I have in Hypsy. It's a recorded reading. That is actually 33% off my regular pricing. That's a standard price for it. I'm not changing it, but it's a lot less than if you book a live reading with me. So if you guys want to book a recorded reading, you get in there and I'll do your 12 months. I'll let you know what to expect, what surprises around the corner, just like I'm going to do for J-Lo and all my other celebrities for the rest of the month. It's pretty exciting. So I'm pretty stoked about my accuracy on this particular reading, especially because not really a J-Lo fan. So if you missed the original 2025 predictions, I'm going to put a card right here so you can go on over and visit that and you can watch it. You can watch it on double speed, whatever you want to do. It's actually one of my shorter predictions, but go on over there, check it out. There's a card right here. And if you want to go on over and book something with me on Hypsy, I'm going to put a link right there so you guys can go over there quickly and easily. If you're watching this a little bit later in the day, maybe you can catch me live. Maybe you can book a reading with me. So I'm having a great December. Hypsy is doing what it needs to do for me. So I'm pretty stoked. So, all right, guys. So in the 2025 reading, the predictions that I made last year, I walked through 2025 quarter by quarter for her work, money, divorce with Ben Affleck, her love life, and how she's going to cope emotionally. Today, we're going to compare what the card said with what actually happened in this video. And in the end, I'm going to give you an overall accuracy score out of 0 to 100. So it's pretty cool. So part one, I talked about her work and money for J-Lo, and some of the cards that I pulled, Eight of Pentacles was one that came up for her, and the theme was work. And J-Lo is a very disciplined worker. You don't get a body like that, and I said it in the old video, you don't get a body like that unless you're really disciplined. So she is fairly disciplined. I also saw the Queen of Pentacles, and I did predict some missing revenue. So one of the things that we saw was Kiss of the Spider Woman, and that underperformed at the box office. There was a lot of fanfare about it, but it underperformed at the box office, unfortunately. Tours, private gigs, Vegas, residency announced. There was lots of hustle going on. So on the work and money front, the card said that 2025 would be a workhorse year for her with a slightly weird money picture, constantly working, but not loving the revenue stream. I think Kiss of the Spider Woman did really give us the evidence for that. So pretty much that's how her year shaped up. And my AI cohorts gave me a 90% accuracy on this. So I did predict it pretty well. I'm pretty stoked about that. So, for her divorce, legal, financial fallout from the divorce, we got the Knight of Cups and Justice in reverse. And that does indicate a divorce, because the Knight of Cups, when he's in reverse, is really the anti-Romeo. He's kind of taking the ring back, if so to speak. When we see the Knight of Cups in the upright, a lot of the time that means engagement, a request to come along, come along, let's be a couple. Justice in reverse is undoing those legal contracts. So we did see that. I did think she was going to take a legal hit, that there was going to be a settlement, an emotional blow from something that Ben said. I do think, there was a rough timing guess that the divorce would be finalized in spring of 2025 and money going out around May. In reality, the divorce was finalized in early 2025. The emotional cost was very high. I do think that J-Lo kind of was, I think some wind was taken out of her with this. And I do think that Ben Affleck has not been the most cooperative person. I don't think that he's like, hey, let's break up and make up and still be friends and all of that. I think on the divorce piece, I said 2025, the legal side really lands that she would feel the hit emotionally. I think she did. Possibly financially. I don't know if the house that they bought together is still on the market. I think it is. And that house is a monster. If you haven't seen it, do a little Google, see if you can find the house. The money details are fuzzy publicly. I don't think they're being very, I don't think they're presenting what's going on. So I can't fully grade, but the emotional tone of the year did match the reading pretty good. So pretty well. It was almost perfectly. AI said about an 80% accuracy on that. The timing and emotional impact were strong, but the money bit was not made public. Learning to be alone. That was one of the things that I said about her 2025, that it was going to be new year, new me, maybe hot girl summer, that kind of thing. So I did get the Hermit, new year, new me in Q1, that she was going to be learning from those past mistakes, from the relationships mistake. Work was going to be her stabilizer. I think we all saw that. She was going to focus on herself, projects, her gym, body, being on her own, those kinds of things. So she focused on work, not dating. So it really was a very me year. So definitely the card said new year, new me, where she would learn to be alone and throw herself into work. And that's exactly what we saw. Reports are saying she is not dating at all and is completely focused on her projects and her kids. AI gave me a score of 95%. 95. It was really a tight alignment with how the year actually played out, according to AI. They gave me a little pat on the back and a little cheery thing. So for not being a fan of J-Lo, I was really tuned in. So emotional turbulence and the never fall in love again mode. Now, I think her lack of dating is really indicative of this. I think we're really seeing it. I do think I had predicted that she was going to be an emotional mess through late 2025. The risk of never falling in love again energy, the need for healing, therapy, and self-love. The public narrative for 2025 was that it was, quote, a really hard emotional year. Lots of criticism on her, lots of heartbreak. There were a lot of memes about her collecting rings like Thanos. So they said it before she got married to Ben, and then they said it after. So mid to late 2025, the card showed me a lot of emotional turbulence and that never fall in love again kind of wall, deep heartbreak, and a big healing phase. So we're going to definitely look at how she's healing in 2026. I'm hoping that she's going to. Really want everybody, even the worst of my celebrities that I read for, the really devious and dastardly ones, I really want them to have a great life. And I hope that my predictions will somehow get to them, and they will somehow say, you know what, this is some good info. So, they can look at their readings for free. So the way the year is described for her, full of emotional strain and criticism while she holds back from dating, fit to a T according to AI. They gave me a 90 to 95% accuracy. Guys, I'm killing it here. So holidays, travel, and her end of the year shift. The predictions that I made was she was still bitter going into this holiday season. The Four of Wands reverse was don't sit at home, go somewhere different, travel, change it up. I don't know where she is right now. I said she would need a radically different way of celebrating the holidays this year. So comparing it, AI said she's on the road doing events, starting a Vegas residency around New Year's instead of hibernating. So she is probably rehearsing. She is probably fine tuning that, maybe not having the biggest, boldest Christmas with a million people and a Christmas party and all kinds of craziness. At the end of the reading, I told her this was advice not to sit at home staring at the Christmas tree. I said the advice was to go somewhere different, do something radical. And what do we see? She's out traveling. She's taking on big performance gigs, kicking off that Vegas residency. And that's that Four of Wands in reverse kind of action. That's not being at home, not being rooted. Four of Wands is a great card to get. It's the celebration card. It's the ceremony card. It's the locking in. It's the getting married card. It's, setting up a house and nesting. When it's in reverse, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means don't sit at home. Don't plant those roots. Go wander. Lean into that wanderlust. Grab some of that full upright energy and go do it. So AI gave me an 85 to 90% hit on this one. I am so stoked. So AI altogether, and I want you guys to know that I use 3 different kinds of AI, and I did average it out, and I had one of the platforms average all of it out. Work and money, 90% accuracy. Divorce emotional arc, 80% accuracy. Alone and self-focus, 95% accuracy. Emotional turbulence, 90 to 95 accuracy. Holiday and travel advice, 85 to 90% accuracy. This is blowing my mind. I hope it's blowing your mind. So if we average this out all together, very strong hits, few timing wobbles, which is fantastic, and a couple of areas where the public info is just incomplete. My JLo 2025 predictions overall was an 87% accuracy. Not too bad for a messy and emotional year for her. So that's how the cards stacked up for 2025. The 87% accuracy, I'm pretty stoked about that, with some really strong hits on the emotional work and work themes. I'm pretty stoked about this, guys. I'm going to keep going with these. I hope you're digging them. We're not done. Right after this premiere, I'm going to pull some fresh cards for her 2026 live for you guys. So it's going to be love, career, money, reputation, all of it. I'm going to be taking your questions after we do the year quarter by quarter and break it down into those little segments. So don't go anywhere. YouTube's going to roll you right into the live. You're going to be magically transported over there. And if you would like to see what your 2026 looks like, I have the year ahead recorded readings on sale, 33% off my regular hourly rate. It is the rate is going to, the pricing on the year ahead is going to stay there. So if you want to book it later in the year when it's your birthday or something like that, you can do that. For live readings, new clients are getting 75% off the first 10 minutes. The recorded readings, I have a full menu in there, but if you want to get an instant reading, do this face-to-face. We can either do it on video, phone call, or chat messaging. The Hipsy link is in the description. I'm also going to drop it in this premiere right up here so you can link to it. But I'm going to see you in the live in just a minute. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm having an amazing day. I am getting amazing feedback from my private clients. I'm getting amazing feedback from my predictions from last year. And hopefully I will get some amazing feedback from you guys in the chat. So thank you so, so much for being here. And we're going to see each other in the live in just a minute. So see you in the immediate future.